Okay, so talking about the New Deal with my students, and we're getting to President Roosevelt's re-election in 1936, where he runs against Alf Landon, the governor of Kansas. And when I got to that section in the textbook that I'm using, it only said he drubbed Alf Landon in a landslide in the Electoral College. And I realized that me, being the Kansas history guy, I didn't know that much about Alf Landon. So today, we're going to learn a little bit about Alf Landon. Alfred Mossman Landon is going to be born in Pennsylvania in 1887. When he's 17, he's going to move to Lawrence, Kansas, where he's going to attend Kansas University. He gets a business degree, and his original career field was banking. Then, after spending a few years in that, he starts working in the oil and gas fields down near Independence, Kansas. And there, he runs and operates his own independent gas and oil company. And by 1929, he's rich, like filthy, stinking rich. Like, he's a millionaire in 1929, at the point where the American economy is going to go into a steep nosedive because of the Great Depression. Landon had been involved in Republican politics from relatively early age. In 1912, he is listed as one of the supporters of Theodore Roosevelt's Progressive Bull Moose Party. In Kansas and in electoral politics at the time, Landon is considered to be what we call a liberal Republican. He is elected as the 26th governor of Kansas in 1932, and he runs on a platform of, one, restoring sensible tax reform to Kansas and helping people get out of the Great Depression and having a balanced budget for the state of Kansas. And Landon does that. He is one of only 2 governors to win election in 1932 as Republicans. And Landon, by all accounts, is very supportive of New Deal programs. His biggest criticism is the waste and what he sees as possibilities for corruption in the New Deal programs. As a candidate for president in 1936, he is running on a platform of making sure that whatever aid and whatever things that the government does to help everyday Americans is done so in a way that is fair and manageable. And because most Americans still like Roosevelt to the day, Landon carries 2 states, Maine and Vermont. Alf Landon did not even carry the state of Kansas. And that was the last elected office that he ran for. Landon ran for president and lost pretty badly. However, later on in his life, he does argue for good government. He does support a lot of the things that the Roosevelt administration tries to do, and he's later going to be one of the big supporters of the Marshall Plan to rebuild Europe. Landon leads a very long and prosperous life, and finally passes away at 100 years old in 1987. His daughter, Nancy Landon Castlebaum, is going to be the first woman elected to a full term in the Senate. We'll talk more about her later, but there you go. So, there's some information on Alf Landon that doesn't really get taught in classes because, unfortunately, he goes down as a second place guy, and sometimes we don't talk about the people who win second place in American politics. But there you go. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.